Would you rather talk to plants or understand babies?
Understand babies? Why the fuck would I want to talk to a plant?
Dude, imagine if a tree could talk to you.
That'd be so fucking weird.
Hey, tree, what's the weather like today?
They're not gonna fucking know
They're
that.
gonna know.
They don't have a fucking brain. Babies at least have a brain.
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Q&A Friday, where me and maybe a guest answer your questions. If you have a question you want answered on this podcast, email roughneckspodcast@gmail.com. Let's get into it.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of your favorite podcast, the Roughnecks Podcast. If this is your favorite podcast, then you need to go to our website and grab yourself some awesome Roughnecks gear. Once you get there, you will realize that you are in luck because we are having a Christmas sale on our website. What better gift to get a loved one, or maybe even yourself, than some beautiful Roughnecks merch? You can head over to roughneckspodcast.com and get 20% off your order. But let's get in to today's guest. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. We are on to Q&A. This is Q&A number 13, I believe. And joining me today to answer some questions.
Very special guest.
This is your first Q&A Friday.
I think so.
But now you've officially done every type of episode.
No, I haven't been a part of Reno's rant, so
Neither have I. Well, neither is Dante. Reno's rants are more solo episodes.
Yeah, but you know,
His duo episodes actually do perform better by like 0.05%.
very nice.
But
Interesting fact for all you fans out there.
yeah, so you haven't done a Q&A Friday, but how it works, what we do is we have questions that are submitted by the fans. If you want your questions submitted, all you have to do is send it over on Instagram or on send it in an email to roughneckspodcast@gmail.com. And we are still doing a giveaway.
Didn't you do this live one time? I feel like you did this live on like Instagram Live.
I do like Q&As on Instagram Live sometimes, but it's not an episode.
Okay.
Like I don't record it.
Gotcha.
But I think I tried it one time and it didn't go well, so I canceled it. But we are doing, if you submit a question, then you are entering yourself into a random draw for a prize, and the winner of a Roughnecks koozie for this one is Dante. Dante submitted a good one, and it was randomly picked, and he is the winner. So if you want to win the next prize,
congratulations, Dante. Very proud of you.
if you want to win the next prize, then all you have to do is send an email to roughneckspodcast@gmail.com, and these questions can be about anything and everything, deep, simple, whatever you want it to be. Like, we may not be experts in anything, but we can answer the questions. I mean, you're an expert at everything.
I know.
That's
I know
why
everything.
I had to bring you on here because, like,
that's why I've been on probably like 5 or 6 times now. So
you've been on more than 5 or 6.
Nah, it's probably been about 5
You've
or
done
6.
like 3 Hold My Beers.
No.
The first thing I got to ask you, we're just going to skip into this. The first thing I want to ask you about is you just came off of a water fast, and I wanted to, because this is becoming a bigger thing. A lot of people are starting to do it. First off, explain what you did, and then explain your experience with it.
So actually, I found out about it Saturday night when I was over at my parents, and my dad wanted to do it. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. Started Sunday morning, and then I told Hannah, I was like, you know what, I'll start Tuesday after a Christmas party that we had. And so I went over to my dad's house. I asked him how he was doing. He was like, well, I failed within 24 hours. So I was like, all right, so all I have to do is just be 24 hours. And I thought the first 24 hours was the easiest. I thought the first 48 hours was the easiest. Now, third day was something, dude. I mean, like, I don't know what it was. Maybe I did it like a little bit wrong. I didn't have enough like bone broth.
Because that's the thing,
because you gotta have bone broth if you're gonna do it. And I ran out of bone broth this morning.
But so like, what are you allowed to have? Is it just bone broth? Like,
So
I know there's different versions of it, but
first 24 hours you can have electrolytes and just water. I mean, that kind of flew by. I mean, like, I just drank as much water as I can. I pissed probably like 10 times that day. And then day 2 and 3, you can have bone broth with electrolytes and water. And let's just say I feel great now. I mean, after eating, like, I feel fine. Other than my stomach was hurting, probably because I ate a little too quick when I went to go fucking
it's been
eat.
so long since you ate it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I had Chipotle and some ice cream, and yeah, so.
Yeah, we talked about it at work because we're talking about potentially trying it.
It is. It's so mind fucking.
But did you feel like, I guess you just came off of it, so you don't know. Like, I've heard it makes you actually feel better.
Yeah, I mean, even during like this morning, I felt great. And then like noon, 1 o'clock came around, and I was just like, holy shit. So it's definitely a challenge. It's definitely like a mental block. It's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, to be honest.
Mentally, like, just
mentally, like, focusing is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done.
so.
And it was a good challenge. It was cool. Like,
Do you know like what, like, aren't there health benefits behind it?
Yeah, so it's supposed to help. I think if you do it consistently, it's supposed to help with like killing cancerous cells within your body, Alzheimer's. I mean, if you wanted to lose weight, you can do it, but I wasn't really trying to lose weight essentially. There was one other one. Oh yeah, and it would like essentially shedded all the bad cells out of you and repaired them within like, I think it was like 50, 60 hours. And then, yeah.
So I don't know if these are reliable sources, but what I'm looking up is a 72-hour water fast or fasting 3 consecutive days without food. No shit. Can help your body enter a state of ketosis.
Mhm.
Ketosis
Yes.
is an metabolism state, metabolic state in which your body burns stored fat for energy instead of glucose from carbohydrates.
Yeah. So like,
And I've heard like, I've heard this, and like, I haven't done a shit ton of research on it, but like, some people like will shit out worms.
yeah, I didn't shit. I shit. I didn't shit out worms though. That's
But
crazy.
I've heard like, and we were talking about it at work one day, and one of the guys I work with, he was like, "That sounds fucking disgusting. Why the hell would I want to do that?" And I was like, "Why the hell would you want them in your body?" And he goes, "Oh fuck." And I was like, "Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, it sucked to shit them out, but when you think about it, like, it's crazy what is inside of our body, and we have no idea."
Yeah.
So you think it's like, would you recommend for somebody to try it?
I would be careful.
Yeah, you can't just go like, fuck it. I just drank a 30 rack last night. Let's start a 72-hour water fast now.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do it, I would start it like at like night
and research.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all you have to do is just, I mean, Dana White kind of explains it pretty good.
Because this kind of comes from the Gary Brecka thing, doesn't it? Gary Brecka, I think, because Gary Brecka was just on Rogan's podcast. That's where I've started talking about, like, I've heard about it, and I listened to Gary Brecka. But Gary Brecka was the doctor that kind of told Dana White, like, dude, if you don't change your lifestyle, you're dead in the next 10 years.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Listen, you need to go check out the Rogan episode with Gary Brecka. Now, there's a lot of it. He uses a lot of, like, medical type words, like, like, I don't know, words that you don't quite understand. But, like, the way he explains things, it kind of makes you understand it. Like, yeah, I didn't understand that one. It's like, there's things in toothpaste.
Oh, yeah.
That are, like, make you dumber.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's, I forget what it's called. It's like fluoride.
Fluoride?
Fluoride. I forget.
No, fluoride.
It's in your water. It's in a lot of food. It may not be fluoride, but
I don't think it's fluoride. I heard fluoride gives you like cancer, but I don't know if that's true.
There's something in water. If you look at like the bigger cities, like the cities that have it, their IQ is actually lower than cities that don't.
interesting.
I'll have to like look up some of it, but
That's why you drink smart water, fellas.
it's probably in that too.
No, can't get dumb from that.
See, that's the thing is I don't care about tap water. Like I don't mind tap water, but like after listening to that episode, I'm like I don't want to drink tap water ever again.
That's all I've drank lately.
It's in a lot of tap water.
I mean, I'm already dumb as it is, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, same. All right, so Q&A Friday. First question, I got one for you that is not from the list, but I wanted to talk about it with you. College football playoffs. Did they get it right?
Yes.
I agree. Is it right?
Yes.
I disagree. Well, see, I agree
Why?
but disagree.
So
I feel bad for Florida State. Like there is part of me that does feel bad for Florida State because it would suck to literally go on all year, but also at the same time, what did UCF do?
it's not the most deserving team. It's the 4 best teams in the country.
I agree.
And here's the thing. I don't think Florida State would have made it in if there was 6-team playoff. Because they're not the best 16.
It'd have been Georgia and Ohio State.
I guarantee you, Ohio State would work them. I mean, the team barely beat Louisville, who was like 9-3.
And you know what I think made a big difference in this? We watched TCU absolutely get smacked last year in the championship. I honestly think part of that had to do with it. Do we want another one of this?
See, I don't have a problem with TCU in the championship last year, or what happened last year. They won a game. They won a playoff game. I don't understand that argument at all.
But they're looking at do you feel TCU was one of the 4 best teams in the country last year?
They beat Michigan.
Right. I know. That sucks. Because I want to say so did we, but we didn't. Again.
Oh, shit happens. Brian Day better figure your shit out. Also,
I don't want to even get into all that.
McCord?
I don't even want to get into
Adios! See ya!
I don't even want to get into all of that.
I am...
Go listen to Reno's Rants number 20.
Why?
That's all I'll say. Just go listen to Reno's Rants number 20.
If he starts talking about X, Y, and Z and how great of a quarterback he is.
He didn't. I mean, he did, but he didn't. But at the same time, McCord did throw for over 3,000 yards, was 12-1 or 11-1 as a starter at one of the biggest schools in the country.
So if Marvin Harrison Jr. was my fucking quarterback, I would probably have those stats too, dude.
If Marvin Harrison Jr. was your quarterback?
Or my wide receiver.
Yeah, but Marvin Harrison Jr. wasn't accountable for all the yards.
Yeah, but either guys would double team him and then you'd have...
Okay, then why'd you hate Stroud so much? Stroud didn't beat Michigan.
I like Stroud.
Or why'd you like Stroud so much? He didn't beat Michigan. He also didn't win a championship.
Hold on.
He never won a Big Ten championship either.
Here's the difference between...
No, there is no difference.
There is.
They had like essentially the same type of career.
Michigan cheated.
How do you know they didn't cheat this year? We don't. We really don't.
We don't.
They could have still hit it.
They cheated when Stroud was there.
It's not proven yet.
It
practically is, but do you think Harbaugh's gone?
No.
I think there's talk of Harbaugh going. Oh shit!
They're in contract to sign like a 5-year deal with him.
I wouldn't. They're not going to do that until that NCAA investigation comes through. There ain't no way in hell.
Yeah.
Why? If they do, that's stupid. Because if the NCAA goes, you're done, they still have to pay him.
Yeah. Unless they put like a clause in there or something.
Which they would. I don't know. That'd be. As a university, like, would I want Jim Harbaugh? Yes and no. But at the same time, like, with this going on, I'd be like, I wouldn't sign a 5-year deal. Like, it'd be 1 year, and then we'll talk. Once this investigation's over, then we'll talk.
Yeah.
All right. So we got 15 questions. How this works is you pick a number between 1 and 15.
I thought we just did the first question.
No, we're not going to go in order because we're just going to go in a random order.
I know, but I thought you just... Wasn't that one of the questions?
That was one of them. That was not one asked by the fans. That was my question that I wanted to talk about.
That was your question.
Oh, a prediction. Bold prediction. Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it, and who do you want to see it win it?
I think Alabama's going to win it. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing them win it.
I think Alabama is going to win it as well. I wouldn't mind seeing Texas win it. Yeah, I don't know why. I've always had a thing for Texas.
I think Saban's going to retire if they win it this year.
Yeah, I think he doesn't necessarily want to be in this new coaching type of life, like with the NIL and all that. Yeah. And he's built a legacy. Yeah. The dude is one of the best coaches in college football.
He's like 70 years old.
Yeah. I don't know. Or he'll end up like Joe Paul. But, all right, so pick a number, 1 and 15.
We'll go with 15.
Best way, if you got $1 million today, what would be the best way to spend it?
I got $1 million today. I would invest it, so I'd make more money. I'd either buy some type of like apartment complex or something like that because it's super in right now.
Yes.
I mean that'd probably be all my money to be honest. And then I'd eventually make money off of it. So I mean, I know that's kind of a boring way of saying that, but I mean, if like let's say if I already had all the money in the world and I just got $1 million, I would probably buy Ohio State season tickets. So that means I would go to the Ohio State Michigan game
for like what, the next 6 years?
No, just
you'd still be out ahead.
Yeah, I would buy tickets, season tickets. I'd probably take a trip to. I don't know. I'd want to go out of the country. I don't know where to, but I'd definitely take a trip out of the country. Probably buy a new car, a house, and yeah, that's probably about it. To be honest, I guess that's it. I don't know. I mean,
if I got $1 million, like in the current situation I'm in now, whatever portion of it, like I would need for loans would get set aside. Like I'd just, college loans getting paid off.
Yeah.
Car, like all my loan type money, like I'm paying that shit off.
Yeah.
I'd probably give a portion to my parents. I don't know how much exactly. And I definitely in my opinion, like if I was given $1 million, I'd probably buy a piece of land and build a house.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, I feel like I'd be on the same page as you.
But you know what's kind of crazy to think about? Like, how far would $1 million really get us today? Like right now, like, yeah, it help us, but like, how far would it truly get us? Because I mean, you got to think. All right, so you say you go buy a brand
new house with land. I mean, that's
if I had that money and I built the house I wanted, got the land I wanted, I'm probably looking at $500,000.
Depending on how much.
$400,000 to $500,000.
How much land do you want?
You know me. Come on now.
Shit, you might be spending all your money.
Well, like I'm saying, land and a house, $500,000.
Nah. Dude, I was just looking at houses, and lands pop up for like.
Well, yeah, it depends.
For like fucking like 20 acres, it was like $500,000.
Yeah, It all depends. There's circumstances. You could find things. I wouldn't have to buy. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, I need to buy this right this second. Like I'd maybe wait a little bit. But the other and then so like a brand new truck. Say I went and bought a brand new truck.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking damn near $100,000 almost in today's world.
Yep.
So there's $600,000.
If you get it all decked out, it probably is.
So we'll say I don't have this, but we'll say another $100,000 for loans and bills and everything to pay all that off.
So that means you have like $3,000 to build a house.
$300,000. No, I'm saying land and house, $500,000.
Okay.
That would be like what I would want to spend on that portion.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like I'm not saying I do it right away.
Gotcha.
And then so now I'm at $700,000. I'd have $300,000 left. Like all of a sudden, $1 million just was like, yeah, $300,000 is still a lot of money to us right now, but like that's, I don't know. In the bid, like when I talk with my boss and stuff with like about money and business stuff, it's like $1 million really isn't shit anymore.
It's not.
I mean, how many millionaires? We don't know them personally, but like, how many millionaires is there now? You can become a millionaire just by fucking posting shit on social media,
yep.
Which I think is bullshit. But kudos to you to work in the system and doing
I
things
mean,
easy, I guess you want to call it.
yeah. I took a nap before this. It was fantastic. Thought the viewers
But
would want to know that.
if I was given $1 million and already had a shit ton of money, it'd definitely be I'd look for a nice car, like a rare car.
See, I'm not big into that.
I'm not either, but I just would want one. I don't know. It's always intrigued me, like people that have really nice cars.
Fair.
That like my neighbor growing up, he always had he had a bunch of cars and stuff. And the guy that we used to rent our shop off of, he has original, like one of 16. He has 2 cars that are there's only 16 made, and he has 2 of them. And everything, like when he has things, he does everything original parts. Like if somebody puts something like not stock on it, he will go buy the stock part and put it on it. To the point that the stickers that go on the engine, he has to buy the original stock stickers to put them on. He's just that. He's a weird dude that knows a lot of shit.
Interesting.
But my question, I'm going to go with number 7, which is, what is your favorite thing about your career? And my personal favorite thing about my career, one is being able to like honestly truly enjoy what I do. As there are days that I hate it, absolutely, but I do truly enjoy going to work most days.
I feel like you always have days that you hate, or
I feel like everybody in any type of business, like nobody absolutely loves every single day they go to work. If you do, you are lying.
Yeah.
Second would be like the reaction of customers, like when we finish a project or make good progress on a project, and they come out and like just seeing them, like the beginning of the project, like a lot of people are stressed, and which I get. You're putting a lot of money into your backyard. Like, I mean, people spend $100,000, $200,000 on their backyard. So like I get it's like a big financial commitment, and they're stressed about the process and everything. But like once you see that stress like leave their face and everything, it's like that's rewarding. And just like how happy, or like when we've gone back to jobs and like a year later to do something, and like they're just like, man, we love it. It's awesome. Like, and it's like that makes it worth it for me.
Yeah. What I like about my job is I have unlimited income, so I can make as much as I want. I can also make as little.
Is that why you make $300?
That is why I made $300. And then I kind of have to go on the same part as helping you or helping my clients get like money that they had no clue that was even out there. Honestly, I mean, it comes up all the time. Like the IRS just kind of tries to hide shit.
No shit. They don't want to give you your money back.
Yeah, so you essentially we go out and help those people, our clients, get that money. So, I mean, it's cool. And then I can make my own work schedule. So like today I was off by like 3 o'clock.
That is nice.
And I work from home, so
that is all. How do you like working from home?
I really don't work from home. I'm always in my fucking car driving. But it's cool. I don't have to report anywhere.
You work from home, but constantly have meetings, essentially.
Yeah, and then I have to go out and find prospects, which is always a nerve-wracking part of my job. Is going in and introducing yourself to someone like random when they're not even expecting you to be there. But
yeah,
you know, it's cool. I mean, when they agree to have a meeting, they're usually somewhat excited, unless they feel bad for you. So
yeah, it is. I mean, it would be. Yeah, I get the feeling of talking to someone like you don't know. The difference, like for me, is like they're expecting to talk to me when they come to the podcast. You're coming up to somebody and being like, "I need to talk to the manager," and then like they have no idea who you are, what you do, or anything.
It's not. I mean, I kind of explain what I do, like in like a 30-second like pitch, But I mean, if I talk to the owner, I'm usually scheduling like an appointment with them. So I'm usually pretty confident in myself.
Well, I feel like you don't see a lot of younger kids out there
And
anymore doing this.
I think that's why most older owners kind of give me a shot, is because they're like, yeah, I'm having trouble finding younger people to work right now.
And you're out there putting the work in.
Yeah. Like I talked to an owner the other day and she was like, I can't even keep someone your age right now. And I'm like, yeah. She was like, yeah, I mean, it's hard to keep people. So
It drives me nuts. I mean, we have people we went to high school with that still don't have jobs.
I get one just came to mind, and
I think we're thinking of the same one. But no, like people from high school, we are the same age. I have been in the workforce since I was 16.
I had my first job when I was 18 at the YMCA.
Exactly. Like in high school or just out of high school, like even when we were in college, I mean, I worked for the campus to try and earn a little bit extra money while I was there. Like
some beer money.
Essentially, that's what it was. I went to the bar.
Yeah.
Pretty much, it paid my phone bill, paid my gas to get to and from school when I needed it, and then was bar money.
Bingo.
And like my boss was like, "You really like to work, don't you?" And I was like, "No, I just need beer money." Like I literally told her that, and it was campus safety. Yeah, I don't know. Like I worked for public safety, the campus police, and gave tickets. I was that guy. I gave tickets.
You're the dickhead.
Yeah, but guess what? I also got people out of. They'd be like, "Dude, I got a ticket here and here," and I was like, "Just tell them this. Like literally appeal it and say this." And like anytime Alex got a ticket, the one time I came in, my boss was like, "So your friend got a ticket this weekend, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "You know he's not allowed to park there." And I was like, he's parked there like every weekend he's came up." And she was like, "You know he's not you only get in trouble when it's only speeding when you get caught." And I was like, she's like, "I'll appeal it, just tell him not to park there anymore." And I was like, "Okay, thank you." I got so many people out of tickets, but I also gave a lot of tickets. I gave Teddy a ticket one time. He was a coach and he didn't have his pass, like his teacher pass yet. And I was like, so I wrote him a ticket, but it was a $0 fine. It was like a warning. He came out and when I came to lifting later that day, he's like, "You motherfucker." I came out so goddamn pissed when I saw that ticket on my windshield. All right. So next question, pick a number between 1 and 15 or 1 and 14, just not 7.
1.
Would you rather be alive and alone or about to die with a group of friends? Would you rather be healthy as can be, but you are completely alone, or you're literally like,
so
you have a month to live, but you get to spend that month with a group of friends?
That's a tough question.
It is.
Because I love life. Like I enjoy living, essentially. That I don't want to die. But then I'd be alone.
Which would make me want to die.
Which I'd be okay with. But I feel like that'd get boring.
So, have you ever seen the show Called Alone?
No.
Not Called Alone. It's literally just Alone.
Oh,
but
Alone?
So what it is it's almost they drop people off in the middle of wilderness. It's kind of like Negative and Afraid or whatever.
Yeah.
But you were completely by yourself, and you have to. It's a group of them. They're all separate areas. The last one to drop out, like the one that makes it the longest, wins $1 million. By themselves, you have to build shelter, make food and all that, like get your own food and do all that kind of stuff. I think you're allowed to bring like 3 items with you. Like it can't be like a firearm or anything, but it can be like you could take like a knife or like a recurve bow or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, people will last like 30 days.
Oh, I'm sure.
But a lot of them drop out because they start to go fucking nuts. It's the alone factor of like literally they're like you just sit there with your own thoughts day in and day out.
I feel like you'd have to stay busy.
But at the same time, you don't have enough food that you can't waste too much energy. That's the other part of it. Because a lot of them also drop out due to like starving, essentially.
Yeah. That's crazy. Hopefully you find it.
Like, how long do you think you could honestly last? So
in the wilderness, probably like a day.
one of the questions that we answered on a Q&A Friday was with Jake and Dante. It was like, it was Reno's question. He was like, if you were put in a Costco, lights stay on, everything you get in there is like, you get everything and it's in a Costco. How long could you survive?
Oh, for years.
Right. How long could you survive with the fact that you're alone?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, there's enough entertainment, I think, in Costco.
Yeah.
Like Dante was like, I'd get like one of them like remote scooters or something, man, and I'd have
Yeah,
like
I feel like it'd be pretty badass because you could get like a remote scooter or like they got video games in there. They have like a bunch of other shit. I mean,
that's what Jake was like. I just start a podcast for myself and just record it and then listen to it. But yeah, I don't know. Like the alone factor would be the thing that would drive me nuts.
I feel like they'd get to you after a while. I don't think it'd come to you first month or two.
Yeah,
but
in a Costco.
Yeah, and I mean, you could always. I mean, I feel like there's so much to do in a Costco though.
And that's what Reno, we talked about it. He's like, the first thing I'm doing is I'm organizing food, like of what expires, so that like I make sure I go through it. And I mean, that keeps you busy for a while.
Yeah, that'd take you fucking probably a month.
And like the frozen foods and like canned foods, that would last you a good amount of time. So like you could last, food wouldn't be a factor.
I think down the road it would eventually become a factor.
Yeah.
But at the moment, no.
But so which one are you picking? Live and alone, group of friends, and dying?
Oh gosh. I don't know, it's a hard question.
I know. I think I'd honestly
I think I enjoy life too much that I would probably try to
I'd probably
alive and alone.
I'd do the same.
Because I don't hate life. Like I don't want to die.
Right.
And it's not like I don't know.
Yeah, I'd probably go with alive and alone. But next question, we're gonna go with number. What's my set? 3. If you, all right, if you punch yourself in the face and it hurts, are you weak or strong?
You punch yourself in the face. I would probably say probably strong. You're mentally fucking strong because if you have a fucking mentality to punch yourself in the fucking face, there's an issue there.
I don't know if you're mentally strong or just mentally fucked up.
Probably both. Like, I mean, that's just nuts.
I don't know. Like, I feel like you're a combination of both.
You can't be fucking weak if you're fucking punch yourself in the face.
But at the same time, like,
no.
If you barely hit yourself and you're like, ow, that really fucking hurt.
No, because if I was going to hit myself, I'd fucking deck myself in the face.
Why would you why?
Because that means there's something wrong with me then.
You've never hit yourself in the face?
No.
You never give yourself a little slap in the face?
Maybe like at like night where I go. But like, I mean, other than that, I mean, like, that doesn't hurt.
We're right.
So
maybe you're not strong.
No, I'm fucking strong.
So or are you weak and mentally strong?
I'm strong in both categories. The only right answer.
I don't know. I feel like it's a combination of both, and I feel like it is definitely situational. Like it depends on the person.
Yeah, probably does. I don't know.
Like I could hit you, and you could be like, "That didn't hurt." I could hit Sierra. I'm not gonna hit Sierra. I could hit Sierra, and she'd be like, "That fucking hurt." You know what I mean?
Should have said to Alex. That'd been better.
He'd fucking cry.
See.
So, pick a number.
14.
What's the best advice you have ever received?
That you can't do something.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Because it's almost...
I'm not going to get into it in this podcast because I don't know where it's going to go. I was told that I couldn't do something and I fucking did it. That's all. I'm not going to go any further.
I feel like we're all told. Well, maybe not not exactly like
this was recent. Like, I mean, like within like the past like 10 months.
Huh.
It was about my job.
That's what a lot of people don't realize is what happens when somebody's like, you can't do that. Guess what? You just gave me the motivation to want to do it.
Yep.
The only thing I'll say to that, and I'm not saying you did this or anything, I'm saying the only thing is sometimes people are like, you can't do that, and it's for the wrong reason. They're almost enticing you to do it because they know it's wrong.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Hey, you can't chug that Four Loko.
Fuck no, I'm not.
You know, like that kind of, like, I'm just saying, like, that's an example, but like that kind of stuff, you almost have to. But like when it comes to like lifting, or when it comes to your job, or a passion, a dream of yours that you have, when people tell you, like, because I actually Russ, do you know the musical artist Russ?
Yeah.
He was on a podcast one time, and they asked him, they're like, "What's the best or worst piece of advice that you have ever received?"
Was that like good job?
No, hold on.
Because like I like when I get like notified that like that I did something good, but then I kind of see myself start to get lazy again. So I kind of have to like kick out of it and remember why.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
What if it can turn out better than you can imagine?
What's the worst advice you've ever received?
Be realistic.
What's the best advice you've ever?
Be realistic. Well, see, so I feel like that's fair. Other than when you aren't making money and you aren't.
No, hold on.
You aren't growing yourself, and your goals are too unrealistic. Then there's an issue.
I'm gonna counter that.
Okay.
You aren't making money and that kind of thing. Amazon lost money for the first 10 years of its existence.
Yes.
Do you ever think he was told to be realistic?
Probably. But here's the thing.
Do you think Apple was ever told to be realistic? Do you ever think that Elon Musk was told to be realistic?
Who was the owner of Apple again?
Jobs?
Yeah. Do you think he gives the fuck though?
That's what I'm saying. The be realistic thing, it's a hard one to look at because sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
I think it, like, if you're so like in your podcast, you have realistic, not like goals, but like you have like goals that you know that you can achieve and you want to achieve, and you're gonna do anything in your power to achieve. And then you have other goals that are like maybe not so unrealistic, but there's a chance that you could achieve those.
Yeah.
So like you're not gonna stop until you keep going. I feel like some people just don't work, make goals for themselves, expect to sit there, say a few words, and it just comes to them.
But that's the thing. If someone's telling you to be realistic, it almost tells you need to look in the mirror though. If you're putting in the work, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah, absolutely.
If you're just waiting for it or just kind of dabbling in it and just half-assing it, look in the mirror. Like, if it's something that you truly want, you have to put in the work for it. And if someone's telling you to be realistic, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Especially if you're putting your fucking, like, all your effort into it.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's what Jeff Bezos and that's what
I mean, like
Steve Jobs and Elon Musk, like that's what those guys do. They put everything into it.
If you weren't putting everything into it and someone told you to be realistic, all right.
Maybe that's the kick in the ass you needed to start putting in more work.
Maybe.
So I don't know. I think be realistic isn't always the worst piece of advice.
No.
depends on the circumstance. But I don't know. I like it. But I do like that.
I like that comment.
Yeah.
What is the best advice you've ever received?
Never leave a bathroom without high-fiving yourself in a mirror.
What is the worst advice you've ever received?
Someone else can make you happy.
Absolutely.
They can make you a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Make you
That's
happy.
interesting.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
What if it can turn out better than you can imagine?
I like that though. What if it could turn out better than you ever imagined?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was interesting because, like,
Someone else can you make you what? Someone. So one of the things that they can't hear the audio of it. I'll put them in, but someone else can make you happy. That is a thing that I think a lot of people chase today. Someone else makes you happy temporarily.
yeah,
I'm not kidding when I say this. I feel that even people that have been married 50 years and say it's the love of your life, and whatever, which is good for you. Don't get me wrong. I think it's important to find a soulmate and that kind of thing. But I don't think that they truly give you happiness.
I feel that there's some type of happiness there if you're willing to be with them.
That's fair.
Because, I mean, if there was, like, zero happiness and all that, I mean, there's no point. I mean,
I'm listening to a podcast right now on a guy that's an expert in happiness, which didn't even know was a thing, but apparently it is. And like when I first heard that it's Jocko's podcast, and I was like, oh god, this is going to be interesting. But after listening to dude talk about some things, it's a very interesting topic, just because like how he explains it, and I can't give any quotes off the top of my head.
have you seen Joe Rogan talk about golden retrievers and how like they're always excited to be like around? Dude, I fucking love when I just saw that one today on TikTok, and I was just like, what the fuck? That's so awesome. Because, like, I mean, my dog, Chase, he's fucking... He's been kind of acting up a little bit, but probably because of our fault a little bit, because he's been in his cage a lot, because we've both been busy. But when he gets out of his cage, dude, I mean, he, like, jumps onto our bed, leaps, like, I mean, gets some air, jumps to our door, and then jumps back onto the bed, leaps again, gets some fucking air, dude. He's going fucking nuts.
Dogs, it's crazy what a dog can
But they're
do.
so excited. It's awesome. I wish I had that type of energy. Like
dogs, never get sad unless you beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, unless they're scared or something. Which I mean, that's always a different.
But they're
situation.
9 times out of 10 the happiest fucking thing.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Dogs, you should watch. I think it's on Netflix. It's called Dog. It's with Channing Tatum.
I think
It's a military movie. So it was a military dog that he had to take to a funeral.
Yeah, I've seen that.
God, it's a great movie. It made me cry. I'm not gonna lie.
That is a great movie.
But
I don't cry about movies. I get
It's just
sad
dog.
about movies, but then
My best piece of advice that I was ever given was from my uncle, and I remember where I sat. I remember the exact moment. I don't remember exactly how old I was. I was in elementary or middle school. Maybe it was even high school. But I remember I was sitting on his back patio at the table with him, and he told me, he goes, and it was related to football at the time, but now it's kind of also related to life. There's a fine line between confidence and cockiness.
definitely is.
And sometimes you don't realize when you cross it until it's too late.
Yeah,
Not too late, I'd say, but you've already done damage.
yeah. You're already like, oh shit.
And and in my opinion, there is a thing I have recorded with people where I'm like, God, they're so cocky. They're just so full of themselves. And then I'll go back and edit it. And then I'm like, they're not cocky. They're just very confident in themselves. There is a big difference between the two, in my opinion. You are allowed to boast about yourself. You are allowed to feel, I can do this. I am going to do this.
Now, if you keep fucking saying this, that, 24/7, then that kind of gets.
If you don't back anything up, I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
And I think with the cockiness comes with how you treat people. you don't treat, like, you can be confident, but not view yourself as better than anybody else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not better than that person.
Yeah.
But if you're cocky and like, I'm better than him. I can do that. I'm better than him. That's cockiness, in my opinion.
Yeah. See, I always try to beat people, but that doesn't mean I'm always better than them.
Like, yeah, I may have beat them at this. I may be better than them at this specific thing. Am I better than them in everything? Absolutely not.
Yeah, or like in sales, like, I mean.
Yeah. And competition is a very good thing in life.
Yeah.
That's one thing in my life. That's why I started working out again. I talked about this on Hold My Beer that was released today with Dante, where it was like, dude, I started going like nuts, where like I had no motivation. I had nothing gave me interest. I had no like I didn't want to do anything. I have no motive, like no competition in my life, no like that kind of thing at that moment.
You gotta go find that itch though.
I started working out again, and all of a sudden now I'm back down. Like, I didn't even want to work on a podcast. I didn't want to do shit. I literally would come home, shower, sit on the couch, and Sierra, like, she would get pissed because like I would literally be sitting around all the time.
Yeah.
And it lasted for probably 2 to 3 weeks. I started working out again. Now I'm like and I'm not working out every day right at the moment. Like, I'm working out probably 2 to 3 times a week right now.
Better than zero.
It is. And it just was, it's kind of gave me that motivation back. Like, hey, I don't need to do a million things every day, but as long as I can at least do something.
Yeah. Like
get a few things. Like, last night, I used to go nuts. Like, I'd have all these things that I want to get done each day. If I didn't get every single one of them done, even if there was one thing that didn't get done, I would fucking lose my shit. Like, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Last night, I came down here, worked on things, and I was upstairs and I was like finishing up on my iPad right before I got in bed. And Sierra's like, "Did you get everything done?" And I was like, "I got most of the things done, but I got everything done that I really truly needed to get done."
Yeah.
And like, I'm not pissed about it.
I think it's also like time of the year too. Like, this is such like a shitty time of the year.
Dude, seasonal depression is a real thing.
I'm not even, I don't believe in depression.
I don't know if depression's the right word, but like, you know what I mean by like, you just like motivation starts. But also at this same time of year, I feel like this is when I pick up on things. Like when I have more motivation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like for me, it definitely gets harder. Like definitely in the mornings because that's when I go and work out. And it's fucking freezing outside, and Chase is sniffing all these fucking grass. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, come on.
I do not miss the dog walking days.
That's why I'm trying to find a fucking house, dude.
So, next question. We're going to go with, what's my next favorite number? 10. We'll skip that one. Maybe we'll come back to it. We're going to go with 6. What motivates you to work hard? It's very fitting. Money. That's your driving factor, really.
100, and to prove people wrong, of course. That kind of goes back to
That's fair.
My other one. But money is definitely the driving factor right now. At the moment, that's kind of my
the prove people wrong thing. That I wouldn't say that's 100% of what drives me, but that is like, especially with the podcast, like that's what drives me with this the most.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to say the most. What drives me the most is just like the conversations that I get to have, the people I get to meet, the learning experience. Honestly, is one of the the things that drive me the most. But the things that motivates me the most to work hard, honestly, it stems back from my parents. Just I watched them work their asses off my whole life, and it's like, and I still watch them work hard. My dad. When Alex comes over, he might tell you a little bit about this. I'll have him tell you the story. But so like essentially my dad, we just redid the roof on the garage.
Yep.
Finally. It's only been needing done for the past 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they redid the roof on the garage. They got all the plywood up and everything, and my dad was up there on the roof by himself doing shingles.
Mm-hmm.
And well, first off, I was like, Dad, why the fuck are you on the roof by yourself? My mom wasn't home.
Yeah.
You're too
Kinda
old to be
dangerous.
up there. Like, if someone's home, that's one thing. Over here throwing my mics around, I might send these boom arms back, and you're over here breaking them.
Why are you gonna send them back?
I'm just kidding. I like them. I was just worried about if they pulled the table too much because these tables are a little easy to move.
You just gotta be easy with it.
Yeah, just next hold my beer. Don't pull the table over with your beer.
I don't know who did that.
I've done it.
You were saying what?
Yeah, but my parents like just still do firewood to this day. Like I come over and help them. Clayton will go over and help them like with the big pieces, like split them in half for them to be able to like lift up. And like I got them some firewood, some free firewood, and these pieces were like giant, like really like this big. And it was cherry. It was heavy shit that they cut up and everything. And then, yeah, my parents are definitely what motivates me to work hard.
Very
I'm just gonna leave it
nice.
at that. What question do we have next? Is it my turn or is it your turn? Yeah. Yep.
We'll go.
Number 2. What is your favorite type of sandwich?
Wow. I really don't eat sandwiches, but when I do, like when I do really want like a good sandy,
This good old Sandy. Is it Sandy or Sammy?
probably Sammy.
It's definitely got to be a Sammy.
It's not Sandy.
Sandy is like, that sounds like a
Sandy
terrible
cheese.
sandwich.
My favorite sandwich, honestly, I like wraps more than I do sandwiches.
I'm more of like a sub guy.
See, okay, if I was to pick a sub, here, well, I'll do my favorite. If I was to pick a sub, I like the at Subway. I like going to Subway, getting a flatbread, put along with the chicken teriyaki.
Chicken teriyaki used to be my go-to.
Yeah, I think it still is for me.
My Subway go-to is
It's
the
just so
BLT or
expensive,
BL.
dude.
Yeah, what is it? BLT?
Subway's so fucking expensive now.
No, it's not a BLT. What the hell is it?
TL,
BTL. B.
bacon, tomato, lettuce.
I think so. I don't know what the fuck it is. What do I normally get at Subway?
So we've been drinking too much tap water here. Is what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
apparently the tap water is
So-
what gives you fucking lower IQ. I can't think of it. I don't know. I like Italian subs.
Ooh, yeah, like from
Italian-
like from Crino's.
Crino's has some good
Ooh.
ones.
I'm-
What's
I'm-
different about Crino's is Crino's puts mushrooms on their Italian.
They do. I'm going. So I signed up a pizza place, and I'm going there Tuesday to get them like all ready to go. To, like,
See, I bet it's
prepare me.
nice because you can always get lunch at any of these places that you go to too.
Oh yeah.
A lot of these places, I won't say
So-
any, but
Sometimes they give it to me for free.
that's
so,
fucking sweet.
Yeah. But I mean, like most time, I'm like, I want to pay for it to like help them out. So
Mhm.
like, usually I just buy it anyway. And Tuesday, I'm going to this place in Leesburg. Kind of excited because their pizza there looks fantastic.
Have you ever had what is it, Don and Sue's?
Yep, I've had Don.
Don and Sue's is pretty good. It's
Yeah.
not the best, but it's pretty good.
I met the owner of Don and Sue's in August. He used to own Don and Sue's. He sold it.
Oh, I've never actually gone there. We've just always got it delivered.
It was good. It's good. I went there 2 years ago.
I've had it, but I've never actually been there.
Oh, I've been in there. It's actually really cool. Their new place is really cool.
Yeah, it's right down the fucking road.
I
from here.
talked to the owner that did all that, and he like explained like how he got everything and like all that. He like
Don't they have a car on top of like
Yeah,
the building or the shipping container or whatever?
Yep.
That's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, my go-to like sandwich that I pack for like lunch is usually just hard salami and cheese. The reason that I do not put like mayo or anything is because when it sits in your lunchbox too long, makes the bread too soggy. All right.
That's the best.
No, soggy bread?
If it sits in there for 6 hours and it's cold, yeah, it's the best.
It's not always cold though. I work outside. That's the problem.
So you put ice in
I
it.
do. I have ice packs and stuff. But sometimes they just, open and close it all day. I have to
gotta
get a
keep-
snack every
got-
so and again.
Gotta keep it in the shade, dude.
I don't know. You ask pretty much any construction worker and they will say the same thing. You do not put condiments on your sandwich in your lunchbox. You wait, or you have a side of it, or you just don't do it at all.
Okay.
I did do for a little bit since it's been colder when I pack my lunch. Like even if it's outside, it's still staying cold.
Like when I go to like the pool or something. Oh fuck yeah, I'm putting fucking mayo, mustard.
See, I've been doing this. I have this homemade spicy mustard, and I put it on there with my hard salami and cheese. It's great.
Hard salami and cheese, and I usually put ham on there.
I do like a nice ham sandwich.
So we had
What's the best lunch meat?
ham,
I'm not. See, I like ham.
honey ham.
I've never been a big turkey person.
So Hannah likes turkey, and I've eaten it a few times, and it's not bad.
I get tired of it real quick though.
Yeah. But I had a networking group Christmas party for it's called Am Spirit. And the other day we got all these so right before I started my fasting, of course I got fucking food.
It's usually how it works.
Yeah. And they gave us like bread, they gave us like a loaf of bread, some jam, some corn. So like if you want some corn to plant, like 1 or 2 in your garden next year.
I thought about it, but I
have some.
couldn't plant them in my garden. I might have to do it in like a bucket.
I have some if you want it.
I might. I'm definitely down.
I think it's sweet corn.
Did you ever see my corn stalk that I used to have in the backyard? So when I did the patio and everything, you know how I feed the birds and stuff. Like I have bird food and squirrel food.
Mhm.
Well, like we weren't mowing like this half of the yard because it was like half mud, half dirt.
Yeah.
So, or half dirt, half grass, whatever. And I didn't like mow it or anything. And a corn stalk started growing. And it got to like this. And I told Sarah, I was like, I'm leaving it. She's like, you were not leaving a corn stalk in our backyard. It's from bird seed and everything. So
That's crazy.
It fucking sprouted because I had like that's the thing people don't realize it'll grow corn, but people always mow over it and everything that they or like it's in their flower bed, so they pull it like the weeds and stuff. A lot of bird seeds are terrible, dude. Like in my rock bed, and I have the matting down, it'll still grow weeds from the bird seed dropping down, getting into soil and growing. It'll drop down in my flower planter that's below it and grow. I have to fucking constantly pull this shit out. But it got like a foot and a half tall, and I was like, I'm leaving it. Sarah's like, you're not fucking leaving a corn stalk. I was like, just let me leave one. Dude, this fucker got like 9 foot tall.
I'm sure.
And it actually grew corn, but the corn was absolutely terrible. I took a fucking, you can eat corn like raw. Like you don't always have to cook it.
Yeah.
And like you can actually tell Jason. I took one of the stalks off, and I was like, oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what I think this is sweet corn, like you can eat it, but I'm not sure. I'd have to ask the guy that gave it to me.
What was the question?
I don't know. I think we're going on to a new one. Question 2.
All right, so what would you be doing if your hobby is your career?
Well, I like to play video games.
You'd be a streamer?
Oh yeah. I feel like it's not an easy job, just because you have to fight with like a bunch of other like immature fucking assholes out there on the internet. But I feel like that'd be a cool job. Work from home, make millions and millions of dollars a year, even maybe trillions.
And you'd probably get a lot of free shit.
Oh yeah. I mean,
They don't pay for their systems half the time or their
Yeah.
controller, like whatever. If
if they need something, they get a.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do with the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, like most streamers, like, so like, You know, like who Ninja is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
so,
everybody
like,
knows who Ninja is, even if they don't watch who Ninja
man,
is.
I don't know, dude. He probably all of his fucking whole setup. He probably never has paid for anything.
Well, he probably paid for it at the beginning, and then once he started
Oh,
getting
yeah.
traction, people just that's why he was able to upgrade his stuff, as he was given stuff. My hobby is pretty obvious.
Hunting.
No, it'd be the podcast.
Oh, I feel like hunting would be a solid number 2, though.
Hunting would definitely be a solid number 2, or
Fair.
like hunting, fishing, like outdoors
Yeah.
channel type, like an outdoor YouTube channel or something.
That's fair.
Make fucking videos and whatnot. I don't know. I've always like wanted to get into like making videos, and I'm like, one, like the problem is you have to have somebody that wants to like record for you
Every day. Or every time.
constantly.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to be able to record my hunts, but self filming is a pain in the ass. Like, people do it, but it is a pain in the ass, and I've seen a lot of people like, I didn't get this video of this buck killed because the last thing you're thinking about when your target buck walks in is my camera rolling? Like, I'm trying
Yeah.
not to move, and I'm trying to make sure that he never spots me.
Yeah.
And I was like, Sierra, hey,
Did
you want to come film for me every time?
You ever get your buck? Fucking.
He ain't came back in yet, but I'll tell you after. He's back, but not back.
Did you see him during gun season?
I haven't seen him since the beginning of November,
Uh,
but other people have seen him close.
nice.
Hey, Roughnecks, it's me, Cole. Sorry for interrupting your listening experience. I hope you're enjoying today's episode, but I had to take a quick break to tell you guys about none other than Desert Fox Golf. There is no better gift to get your golf crazy loved one than some of their products. My personal favorites are the phone caddy, which straps to the golf cart and holds your phone in the absolute most convenient location. Plus, you can grab a tumbler while you're there. My personal favorites are the Patriot Aid tumbler and the Swing Aid tumblers. Head over to desertfoxgolf.com. Use the promo code Roughnecks at checkout for 10% off your order. Let's get back to today's episode. Would you rather talk to plants or understand babies?
Understand babies? Why the fuck would I want to talk to a plant?
Dude, imagine if a tree could talk to you.
That'd be so fucking weird.
Hey, tree, what's the weather like today?
They're not gonna fucking know
They're
that.
gonna know.
They don't have a fucking brain. Babies at least have a brain.
It would be cool to understand brainies, or baby brains. It'd be cool to understand brains too, but babies would be. And like, you know how much money you could make with that? Parents being like, I don't know what's wrong with my kid. Like, he just won't stop crying, and it's like he's hungry.
Yeah.
Like
$50.
Yeah, like
Eat out of it
just
there.
fucking set up fucking virtual calls. Yep, he said that he thinks you're a little bitch.
Yep. Bingo. So that's my
Do you like or dislike surprises?
I don't like surprises because I don't know how to react to them. I'm really bad at reacting to surprises.
I feel uncomfortable.
Me too.
Like, I feel awkward. Like, I feel like,
Me
how am I supposed to react? Like, am I supposed to be like, oh my God? Or
Yeah,
am I like, I'm just usually like, I smile and I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, when fucking Sierra's planned that surprise party for me, literally the whole way, like, we came around that corner and I looked at her and I went, I fucking hate you. And I was like, I don't know how to react. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I was just like, fuck you. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's just I hate surprises too. So I think
I
think it's awkward. I know my girlfriend likes surprises, so
And I don't even like doing surprises.
me neither.
Because my problem, like, getting the surprise, I feel awkward and don't know what to say. And I feel like that's part of the reason I don't like doing a surprise, because I'm like, they're not going to react in my like the way that I would want them to in my head necessarily. And like, what if it's a bad surprise?
True. Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you definitely did not enjoy. I mean, you enjoyed, but it was also nerve wracking. You talked about it, but like, proposing. It's a
Yeah.
surprise. So it's like one of those that it's like,
But I feel like that's not like a birthday surprise party. Like, I
No.
feel like that's something like birthday surprise party doesn't have to happen, but like
and shouldn't happen,
an engagement has to happen.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I love you. Yeah, I'm with you. I dislike surprises. All right. I like this question. Top 3 TV shows.
Number 1, The Office.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Sierra has never seen it.
Wow.
She's watched all of Friends multiple times, but has never watched The Office.
Number 2, Friday Night Lights.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Number 3, Outer Banks.
That is a good one. I don't know if
I-
I'd put it top 3.
So all those 3 shows right there, I could probably rewatch them and wouldn't get bored.
So I'm going to copy your number 1, The Office. My number 2, honestly, I'm going to put Suits.
Never seen it.
Watch it. It's on Netflix. Definitely worth it. Great show.
Okay.
It's about, I'll give you the rundown real quick. It's about a guy that is a lawyer that never went to Harvard, and this company only hires Harvard
You
grad.
told me about this. I remember
It's
it.
great. And
Yeah.
you still haven't watched it? It's a fucking great show.
Dude.
Number 3, I'm going to throw a kicker in there. Criminal Minds.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Criminal Minds?
Dude,
You never got into the crime stuff, did you?
no, and like I said, I rewatch shows. I don't watch new
See,
shows.
I rewatch shows, like I rewatch The Office and that kind of stuff, but like I can rewatch Criminal Minds, I can rewatch The Office, I can rewatch Suits, I can rewatch all of those over and over and over again and never get bored, and that's what I think makes them a top 3. But I'm constantly like I'm always looking for new things to watch.
Yeah, I don't. I just get bored really easily.
Oh, I do too. I hate
So like,
so I'm always looking for new movies, not necessarily new TV shows. Take me a while because it's like if I
Even-
commit to this, I'm committing to a lot.
even movies, it has to catch me from the jump. If not, then I'm asleep on my phone. Don't want to watch it.
Okay, we're gonna flip the question. Top 3 movies. That's a tougher one, I feel.
That is, and I don't even watch movies really. I love Will Ferrell, especially in his younger days. So, probably Step Brothers, Sandlot. I know it's cliche.
Step Brothers is more cliche than Sandlot.
No,
Yes, it is.
no, it's not. I don't think so. Actually, there's so many movies out there. Like, I mean, I could say that Remember the Titans, The Longest Yard, Rookie of the Year, Field of Dreams. I'm more of a sports movie type of guy.
I am too.
Trying to think of. I like Fast and Furious.
That is a good one.
I like that whole series actually.
See, I fell off with the series, but it's still a good movie.
I even like the Tokyo one when they go to
Tokyo Drift. Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
I love that one.
I need to go back and rewatch it.
That was one of the things me and Sierra did last 2 years ago, last year. I don't know. Whenever we met, however long we've been together. When we met in the winter, and I like was snowed. We were snowed out at work and stuff, so like I wasn't working, and she was off from the hospital. So like we literally went through and watched pretty much every Fast and Furious movie in a day. It was awesome, honestly. Best movie marathon I've ever had.
Trying to remember what other good. There's definitely. Oh, War Dog.
Good one.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Gosh, I know I'm forgetting one great movie. I just can't think of it. What are your favorite movies?
My all-time favorite movie, honestly, is American Sniper.
That's a good movie. That's a really good movie.
That's a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Step Brothers 2. The third one I'm gonna put, and I don't know if it's just because I'm on a military kick lately, is Lone Survivor.
That's another good movie. Did you ever see that podcast about the guy that was on the Lone Survivor?
The actual guy.
Yeah.
Which one? He's been on multiple podcasts. I have his book.
So I saw it on TikTok, and I was at the gym. And
Was it the
watching
Sean O'Ryan show? Was it a dark room
I think so.
with the lights on there? Like they were lit up, but it was a darker background.
Maybe. And he was talking about how when he was almost dead, and one of the villages guys came over and said, shampoo, like to shampoo his fucking hair, and that's how he knew to not pull his fucking trigger that he was okay. I was like,
Jesus
what?
Christ.
I guess he talked to him early on, about something, and then he came and saved him, and he said that a bunch of younger, younger aged civilians came and carried him to their village to
That's the thing is the movie does. He said the movie does do a good job of explaining the story, but it doesn't explain the full story.
yeah, he said Hollywood put a little bit of Hollywood into it, so I don't know.
Which just there's a lot of that actually happens. That's what people don't realize. That's why they say based on a true story. It's not the full actual true story. It's
I feel like it'd be hard to keep people's attention and replicate
the Blind Side, the guy sued them.
Yeah.
Well, and there was a lot of things, which there was right and wrong to that, but there was a lot of things that I remember hearing about, with the Blind Side, where they portrayed him to be dumb, but he wasn't dumb. He was actually fairly smart.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that's 100% true, but I remember hearing that, and
I believe it.
There's a lot of I think that's why he walked out of the premiere.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard. Once again, this is not 100% factual, but I heard he walked out of the premiere because it pissed him off so much of how they kind of portrayed him a little bit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if someone thought I was dumb and I was actually someone had common sense, the guy in the movie, they made him seem like he knew nothing.
Yeah. But with the lone survivor thing, that's what he said. He's they missed some things, and it's honestly, I think some of it he basically was they couldn't put that in a movie.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
That's it. Another good military movie is 13 Hours. It's got Jim from The Office.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
that's a good. So
I will say
where they're at that thing and they're trying to
Benghazi.
Yeah.
Is
that based on a true story too?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know. I couldn't fucking do that shit. I'd be dead.
We'll have a movie based on the killing of Osama bin Laden.
I thought there is already one.
Is it a documentary or a movie?
I thought it was called
SEAL Team 6?
No, I thought there was a movie.
Let's look it up. It's cool.
Yeah, I couldn't do that shit either. I mean, all respect to those fucking people. I mean, I couldn't imagine killing somebody. But yet again, you're also fighting for your life, so I guess there'd be some type of I don't know, adrenaline rush that kind of kicks in. So.
All right, next question. If you could pick who would be the next president?
That's a bad question to ask me, dude.
It could be anybody. Anybody.
I mean,
I have 3 that pop into my mind.
I have 2 that pop into my mind.
And they're not political figures.
Oh, they're not?
They're not. Yours came
the one is kind of maybe in the future that I kind of like. So my first one is Mark Cuban. I think he'd be fairly decent. The only thing that worries about me is I never hear him speak out.
Yeah.
To the public essentially.
He speaks obviously media relations, but he's very behind the scenes,
which could be a good thing.
Yeah,
could be a really good thing. the one that I do like a lot right now, and been seeing a lot of her on TikTok is Candace Owen.
Yes.
She is a fucking animal.
That,
I mean,
that would
she
be
just.
a good, honestly, first woman president.
I would agree 110%.
When I first saw the video, I was like, "Oh God, here we go!" And then I like kept watching, and I was like, "Oh, okay, God damn."
Yeah, she fucking roasts people,
She
and it
went
is awesome.
in on that one girl.
I love when I watch Candace Owens, and then she was at some college talking, and some guy came up. He was a black guy, and he was like saying like about BLM and like how like it's not real, and like he was like, I'm finally doing my research because first I believed in BLM and now I don't, and it all started by three lesbians, and he was like three white women, and so
Isn't that
like
crazy to think? A black organization, I don't want to call it a black organization, but something for blacks was started by whites.
yeah,
In my opinion, and I'm not saying I don't agree with some of the things, but it makes it very hard to.
get
It's not a
behind it.
reliable source.
Yeah, to get behind that.
Yeah,
And like if you didn't realize it, all that money that was donated to BLM wasn't used to help black
Nope.
poverty or anything in that category, which is crazy because like these people are just basically taking money from other people and just spending it on themselves. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know
what do you do with it? Yeah, I don't know. If I could pick a president today, my three are Joe Rogan.
I like that. I think the only thing bad about Joe Rogan is that he'd be like kind of like a Donald Trump and wouldn't care what to say. Which I mean that's not
He'd
bad.
be too conservative.
I think Trump might be a little too. No, Trump's not too conservative. But yeah, I could see why.
That's one of the good and bad things about Trump is that he says what he feels.
And you need a president like that nowadays.
You really do.
Because people are soft as hell.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right, go.
I saw a thing that if we had a draft today, think about who our army would be.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wear that. That's not organic.
Yeah.
But my other one's Jocko Willink.
Who the fuck is that?
You know who Jocko is.
Better not be the meat guy that only eats meat and took steroids.
You're thinking of what's his name? No, not him.
Is that the guy that? Oh, I know who that.
He's an ex-Navy SEAL.
Yeah, I know who that is now.
But he's a bad motherfucker.
I'm sure.
I listen to his podcast.
Is he thinking about like running for something?
It's like Joe Rogan. People have told him
Oh, like to
do
consider
it. Yeah, and he just doesn't think he wants to get involved in politics that way.
Fair. I mean,
He also knew Chris Kyle really well.
Oh, really?
He won't talk about Chris Kyle. Because there's also not conspiracies, I guess. The guy that killed him,
Yeah.
it wasn't an ex-veteran. You know how he was at the end of the movie when he gets killed by that guy?
Yeah.
I think it was a Russian spy
Really?
or something. Basically, it was a bounty for his head. Because remember, he had a bounty because he was killing so many enemies that they had a bounty for his head. Jocko won't talk about it. It's been brought up on his podcast, and he will not do it.
Guess that makes sense. Well,
but he was also in the military, so he probably may know some things.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of shit that goes.
But I'm not saying we do everything right overseas.
No, we don't.
There ain't no way in hell.
I don't think anybody really can.
But at the same time, is it illegal if it's overseas?
No.
My third one's Andy Frisella, but I don't think he'd be a great one.
I don't know.
Real AF, 785 hard.
Oh, that guy. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't think he'd be.
He's worse than Donald Trump on speaking what he feels.
Yeah, I know.
Which I like Andy. I like his podcast because honestly, like he brings a lot of things to light. He's very vulgar and just real, and that's why.
God damn, everybody would be on the 75 hard, or you'd be killed.
Fuck that. I don't know if I could do 75 hard.
I probably could. I think the drinking aspect would probably get to me.
That's the thing. Is like I get why he does it because a lot of people that's one of their like big issues, but like I like the aspect of drink a gallon of water every day. I don't know how I feel about the 2 workouts a day,
Well, the one could be like a walk, or
but I have to be 45 minutes.
yeah, one has to be inside.
One has to be outside.
One, yeah. Where they both, I think they both can be outside, but one has to be outside.
Yeah, at least one of them has to be outside.
Yeah.
And then the other, I like to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book a day. I really like that aspect because I think if everybody did that, including myself, like how much better we could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my 3. Honestly, if I had to pick one, I'd pick Jocko first. Just because like he has that, he was a commander in the SEALs and that kind of stuff. Like he has that authoritarian background, knowing what to say, when to say it, like that, and just dealing with other countries. Like I think he'd be very good at it. But he'd also be a little bit like Trump, where like, don't fuck with me.
Which you need, obviously, because 3 wars have started since fucking Biden has been in office.
People think
Taiwan and China.
People think fucking Trump was in bed
Ukraine
with
and Russia. And
Russia. No, he was keeping peace.
Yeah.
Which is what you are supposed to do in the world. Keep peace. We don't want wars.
Did you see that thing about Kim Jong-un and him crying about like them? I guess they're losing a ton of people right now, and they're like trying to convince like everyone to have kids.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, why would you want to bring a kid into that?
No shit. All right, pick a number between 1 and 100.
50.
All right, even. Last question. What is the best thing about how your parents raised you?
Great question. The best thing about my parents raising me, they didn't let me quit anything. I started something.
Felt that.
I always got that vibe. They never really expressed it because I knew I didn't want to quit anything until like at least after the season. And then honestly, I mean, accountability. I feel like that's a big part of like owning up to your own mistakes. I feel like that's one thing I've really learned. That I kind of see like dumb shit when I was like 14, 15 years old. I'd try to argue with my dad, and I'm like, why? I look back on it now, I'm like, why the fuck was I arguing? Like, that's stupid.
Yep. Same.
Like, I mean, like, I remember one time I got my phone taken away because I went and put on dress socks to go to a funeral. And I wanted to wear Nike socks. My dad said no. And I argued with him. And I lost
And
my
looking
phone
back
too.
now, you're like, what the fuck?
I'm like, why can't I just put on those damn socks? Like, seriously. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean that. What's one more? There's so much. Respect to adults. I feel like that's one thing that I definitely learned and knew how to give. I feel like that's something that our society and the societies after us, or would it be after us? Yeah. They lack in is showing respect to like older people. Like, I'm not saying every adult deserves.
No, there's definitely times that you don't need to necessarily be like, yes, sir, yes.
Yeah,
ma'am.
like, I mean, but like, if like an adult is just being a true like dickhead to you, and it's whatever.
Well, it could be something simple as like, I'm a big person. Like I don't care if it's young or old. If I'm right in front of you and I open the door to a store, like I'm turning around and letting you go in first, male or female.
Yeah.
Like, and especially if they're older,
Yeah.
especially if they're older, and like, but also and I don't do it for the reward, but like one of the most rewarding things is like the look on an old lady's face or an old man's face, dude. It is so awesome when they're like, "Thank you, honey,"
Yeah.
and you're like, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
Like it's just like, hell yeah. Yeah, respect is.
And then they call you cute and all this other thing, and you're like, oh hey, here's my granddaughter. I'm like, I'm good.
She's 12. I'm
Yeah.
27.
Yeah,
That's
that's an issue.
Yeah,
Grandma.
I'm very similar in a lot of those aspects, but like one of the things that first popped to mind, something I already talked about, is like the hard work, just like the dedication and like not like it's crazy. Just my parents never stop. There's a joke with my dad. Oh, I never stop because what are you doing? Oh, I just got done doing this. You never stop, do you? Like that's just how my dad is. And then another one, honestly, that I truly do like appreciate, and I didn't realize early in life, but I realized later in life, is just the fact of like a close family.
Yeah.
Like me and my siblings are close. Me and my parents are close. Like obviously distance a little bit when I moved out.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the part that I want to get into. I think if you're too close with your family, then you want to freaking just like grab their freaking heads and freaking rip it off.
Right. Oh,
But,
dude, like when me and my brother were in the house together,
Mhm.
obviously, like we got in fist fight. Like we hated
Same.
each other at the time.
Same.
But like, it's that also. I feel like you get closer once you move out or you go away to
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
Like once when I was the only one living at home, I was the closest I have ever been to all of my siblings.
Yeah.
Because like, and especially when I was single, I had nothing better to do. I'd always go over to Clayton's house, or like on a Saturday night, Friday night, I'd go to Clayton's house.
Remember that one night when we got really drunk at your brother's house?
It was which night? The one with Kyle Clark there?
I don't know, but I don't think Clark was
The
there.
one out in Granville, or the one in
Yeah.
the one out in Granville. I know there's one. I have you and Clark taking shots.
Yeah, it was that night.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about like when I went home?
So
I went home and laid in bed until like 6 o'clock. then I had baseball practice.
Dude, we fucking sat there and took shots of any because my brother had a liquor cabinet and he said you can take he had this. He's like anything down here you can drink, just don't drink the stuff up in this cabinet. He had it in a separate cabinet, and we were literally taking shots of like birthday cake Smirnoff, like the stupidest sugary, grossest shit.
Yeah, I never.
Goldschlager, Fireball. Fireball's always been our go-to.
Did I ever tell you about when we went to the Iowa State game?
No.
Me and Hannah went to the Iowa. We were supposed to go to the Minnesota game. We didn't make it.
Was that one of the games you asked me to go to?
It was, yeah.
Good thing I didn't say yes, or would you have gone if I'd have said yes?
No, we probably would have actually gotten something to eat and waited a little bit. But we threw up.
Oh, you both got too drunk before the game?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking like you were hungover from the night before. No, you got too drunk before the game and couldn't go to the game.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tailgated too hard, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I probably could have made it to the game. Even though I threw up, I probably could have made it. Hannah, no. Nope. Not
It was a fun time.
Not a living. Yeah, other than I lost like $100 on fucking tickets.
That's okay. It was just Minnesota.
Yeah, but I don't know. Marvin Harrison Jr. is coming back 2024.
There is a good possibility he might.
I think
If he wins the Heisman, which I don't foresee him doing, if he wins the Heisman, I think he's gone.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that increases his draft stock.
Oh yeah, but
I don't foresee him winning the Heisman. Which if he does, which I put a bet on Ohio State men's basketball. We should go to a Ohio State men's basketball game.
Actually, I was about to the other night, Central Michigan.
I was about to too. Sierra, we were talking about tickets, like, because we went to a game last year. I was like, we should look for tickets again this year, like just to go to like 1 or 2 games.
I haven't been to a game in probably 10 years.
Dude, I looked the night before. You can get tickets cheap as fuck the night before a game.
Yeah.
We could get like very good seats for like
$12.
$100 total.
Yeah.
Like very good seats.
Oh, I know. I had me and Hannah like 6 rows from the court for like
And Ohio State men's
$27.
basketball, man,
They're not bad.
they got one loss.
But they did this shit last year and the year before, and then once they had Big Ten play, they fucking stink.
But that's
dude.
they don't stink. Last year they weren't that bad of a team. You
Okay,
know what
they weren't. They did make it to the
the
Big Ten
problem is
championship.
last year we had, in my opinion, we had one very good player, but a very selfish player. He wanted his points.
Bryce Sandoval.
Yes.
He was fucking good.
Don't get me wrong. Like, that's what I think. Like, this year, our dude is Bruce Thornton.
Yeah, Bruce.
But Bruce Thornton
good.
is going to share the ball. If he's not on, he's going to share the ball.
Yeah.
He's a point guard.
I was watching them over Thanksgiving break on that tournament that they won.
Uh-huh.
They look pretty solid.
They do. And the big thing this year is they're playing way better defense, and they're rebounding the ball. Last year, our biggest...
Zed Key could finally fucking move a little bit because he lost some weight.
I can't wait till he fucking leaves. I'm tired of him. I hate him. I honestly fucking hate him.
I like Zed Key.
I hate Zedke. I like Akpara a lot more.
I like Zed Key.
No, fuck Zedke.
Why?
He sucks. He's terrible. Dude, if you ever looked at his face, he doesn't even look like he knows what's going on half the time.
I wonder what his stats look like.
He's good at rebounding. He has his games. Akpara is going to be a stud. He's from fucking Nigeria. He's 6'11".
Okay.
He's that big.
See,
tall...
I don't know all the names on Ohio State basketball.
Roddy Gale's been fucking killer. But we should go to a game.
I'm down to go to a game.
I'd love it.
I'd rather go on like a Saturday or something. They don't play. They play Penn State tomorrow, but it's away.
I don't even mind. Like, so the game me and Sierra went to was a Sunday, but it was like a Sunday afternoon, like a 2 or 3 o'clock game, and it was perfect because like you still have your morning to do what you want to do, and then like you spend your afternoon doing that. But by the time you get home, it's not too late. You can still do some things or whatever, and so I liked it.
They play UCLA.
Yep. But they beat what? Alabama? Or they lost to Alabama?
Tickets are as low as $33. They lost to Texas A&M.
Yeah, so they beat Alabama, lost to Texas A&M.
Oh, this isn't even at Ohio State. This is at, let's say, probably Kentucky or UCLA.
Oh no, it's that tournament. They do another tournament. That's the one with like Kentucky, UCLA, North Carolina, Ohio State.
I think it's round robin.
Yeah. I don't know, but that's a wrap. On Q&A number 13, once again, to get your questions entered, all you have to do is what, Scott?
Send them on Instagram or email them to roughneckspodcast.
At
I don't know.
gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Yep. That's all you got to do. Email them over, and you could win a prize.
Or text Cole Nixon. Just blow up his phone.
Hey, I mean, you can text me if you know me. If you want my number, I might give it to you. Probably not, but yeah. So you can email them, send them on Instagram, do whatever, send them over, and every question. And that's the thing is, each question is an entry into the prize giveaway. We will give away one prize every episode, and the thing is your entries roll over to each episode of the Q&As.
Yep. Congrats to Dante Fair for winning.
Dante wins a koozie. Another one. I think he already has like fucking 6 of those motherfuckers.
Good for him.
But Scott's over here rocking the new Roughnecks merch. So you got during the sale, didn't you?
Black Friday. Yep.
Yeah, you got Black Friday.
Saw your thing on there. I was like, you know what?
Could have waited till Monday. I didn't tell you, but
why?
Monday was 40% off.
That's all right. What was Friday? 30?
25 or 30. Can't remember. But Yep, we're also doing a sale right now. Not right now as we're recording, but right now when this episode gets released. From December 11th through December 22nd, everything on the website is 20% off. If you want to get your loved one a little Christmas gift, there's nothing better than some Roughnecks merch. But until Monday, you guys know the deal. Life is hard and it's going to knock you down just like a bull does to a bull rider. Don't let that bull of life walk all over you. Get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. Roughnecks out.
News.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. If you like today's episode, then be sure to click that share button and tell a friend to check us out. If you want to keep up to date on all the things that are going on with the Roughnecks Podcast, then go give us a follow on Instagram at Roughnecks Podcast, TikTok at Roughnecks Podcast, and Facebook Roughnecks Podcast. Also, be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any time that a new episode is released. Until next time, grab the bull by the horns. Roughnecks